Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This will be turn 7, the last turn of my playthrough of Air and Armour Thermopylae, and I can't see it going on for long, to be perfectly honest. Um, Depends on who wins the initiative. It's not finely balanced. I can't see the Warsaw Pact pulling off anything in this now. The main thing is, can they prevent a NATO decisive victory? NATO win a decisive victory if not a single Warsaw Pact unit exits the map. So that's what the Warsaw Pact are going to try and achieve. Let's go down the map and let's see what is going on. There's the situation. Now, the Warsaw Pact need to get at least one unit off. That means they need to use the road, because this is the nearest unit, obviously. And that's one. Okay. If they do a hasty, all right, let's start right from the beginning. Okay. This unit here, putting a zone of control there, is really hampering what the Warsaw Pact can do. If they do a march, they can't move, march order, they can't move adjacent to that unit. If they do a hasty attack, which allows them to move adjacent to that unit, then they can't use road movement beyond halfway through. So a march without using the road, if this unit went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, doesn't get off the map. So I'm just going to double check, is they just got to get in that row, or have they got to get beyond that row? Okay, it quite clearly says exits, so getting into that hex row is not good enough. Is there another way? 1, 2. Well, technically, that's half. 1.5. 2.5. 3. 4, 5, 6. So they can get off as long as they win the initiative. No point putting them under hasty attack, because they're not going to do anything with that at all, because they only get half the movement rate. So they've got to get the initiative. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at the sequence. Okay. We are planning phase. Warsaw Pact planning phase. Remember, it's night. Okay. The other option is we might be able to knock that out if we can recon it. If we can do that, that stands a better chance. Okay. So the planning, there's no point doing any hasty attacks. So they're all doing march. Is that fair? What happens if we did a hasty attack with these guys? They could go 1, 2, 3. They could attack that. That could reinforce. So is that going to help? I know I'm talking this out loud. I'm just seeing options. And this is the whole point, you guys can make comments on my thought analysis. So they could do a hasty attack on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could they stop this guy reinforcing? Because these are the units we want to exit. Anything else, I think, is going to really struggle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we will put the armor. So let me just bring up the tracks. What we got in the planning card. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. We'll put the 4 EG onto hasty attack. That's the armor. Yeah, and everything else will be on move. All right, so that's one command point, which the HQ will pay. So it's got one. There we go. Boom, paid. Next up then. So that's the Warsaw planning phase. Um, attaches any yeah, well, whoops, I was interrupted by phone call by Alexa and such forth. So if there's a little bit jump here, as far as I remember, I haven't rolled the initiative. I've got 2 dice in here. So we're about to roll the initiative. The Warsaw Pact have got 1 regiment on a hasty attack, which costs them a command point, which is the armor. Okay, here's the initiative. And this is really important for 9. It is odd. Warsaw Pact win the initiative. Okay, that at least makes the game continue a little bit. So we're in the maneuver. We now go to the activation cycle. We know it's the division that is activating, and we go into reconnaissance. They need to recon this unit. Now, we've got to remember it's nighttime. So nighttime, there is a recon modifier. So let's see. We have this unit spotting, so it's 1, 2, 3 hex range in wood, light wood. Requires a 4. Night turn is -2. So they need 6, 4. So they haven't reconned that hex. Anything else they would like to recon? They've got 2 assets. The likelihood of being able to recon at night. Nah. Well, who knows? Okay, we'll try and recon that as well. Needs a good roll. A 6. Is that good enough? 1, 2, 3, 4 hex range. Light woods requires a 5. -2. 6 -2. Well, meh. So no actual acquisitions made by the recon. Okay. So the strike. I don't think there's a need for a strike. The rockets. I mean, even firing on this rocket artillery, one step of rocket artillery is not even going to put a dent in that. So, because that's still an observed unit. Okay. So we now move to the operations segment. Okay. We're doing a hasty attack first. So the commitment, we are committing the armor. So we have to do an objective hex, which is this one. Lead unit. We'll make this one the lead unit. Okay. And then we go from there to the movement step. So 1. Not moving adjacent to an enemy unit. 2, 3. So that's the maximum it can move a little bit on road. Interesting question. All right. Can it is it half of its movement on road or just the first half of its movement on road? We just double check that part. Yeah, it's the first half of their movement capability. NATO can't do that at all. So we moved 1, 2, that's 3 movement points to there. What we want to do is get into that hex there so he can't react. So we're at 3, 4, 5, 6. in this unit. So he will move 1 to there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the movement. Reaction step. So he's got a unit adjacent to him, so he can't react. He could, but he would have to go through a zone of control to get in there. Is he allowed to do that? Now, starting going into the weeds of these rules, aren't I? Well, a little bit of the weeds. Okay, so I think he can, but he will be taking infiltration fire. And please correct this if it's wrong. So the NATO force will spend a command point to activate this Bradley. Is that a good idea, though? Well, yeah, because it holds that hex, doesn't it? All right, so it goes from there for one movement point, and as it moves from there to there, it takes infiltration fire from that unit. Let me know in the comments if that is incorrect. So I'm going to treat it like I've gone through it. I can't see any reason why, because at the present moment, these are the active player because they are reacting. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16, and then it's halved to 8. And it's in light woods. Halved to 8 with a 2. Then the Warsaw Pact die rolls continue. 2 is minus 2, so it becomes 6. He's got a 5, so he don't make it. Okay, he doesn't make it. Let's eliminate that. Eliminate that. Whoops. Okay, if that is correct. Maybe not the wisest move, but we shall see. Okay, so that was the reaction. Oh, I better give the Warsaw Pact a victory point, because a victory point is a victory point. That takes a grand total to 8. Okay. That was the only reaction. Defensive fire. They could now still fire some artillery. Can't fire rockets at this point. So we're going to fire some defensive artillery on those which are sitting in the open. They're within range. I'm sure they're within range. It's 11 hexes. Yeah, it's a mere 8. Okay, so fire to value of... This guy can't be involved in defensive fire, but this one definitely can. So it's 4 times 2 is 8. 8 halved is 4. 4 into there. With an 8. I know. I can hear you say, what? What is going on with these dice? With an 8 is +1. It's not going to make much difference. It becomes a 9. They got defense value of, I think it's only 4. Is that correct? Just double check that. They're in the open. In the clear. Yeah, they don't get any bonuses. So let's just make sure I haven't cocked up the odds. So it's 4 times 2 is 8. Halved because it is halved, so it makes back to 4. Plus 1 is 5. Yes, that's one step. Another. Say, are these T62s? I could find out. Decrease. That gives 1 victory point back to NATO. Taking their total to 23. Okay, that's defense, and then the actual unit defensive fires. So it will try and defensive fire here as well. So it's got a defense of 4. Now, it did mention somewhere that they get doubled on the last turn. It says M1s and M2s. I think the Bradleys and the M2s, aren't they? Oh, is it special for this scenario? I know. All US M1 and M2 tank and infantry units fire at double their normal fire strength during the night turn 7. Ignore this rule if players are playing with the full rule set. Ah, okay. Well, we're not playing with the full set, so they are doubled. So they have a fire strength of 4, doubled to 8, half again to 4. Is that actually a down? It is. It's -1 to 3. So that's no losses on the armor. Okay, offensive fire. So we have got 5 armor steps. 5 multiplied by 4 is 20, which is then halved to 10. 10. Whoa, for a change. 10 with a 9, I think it's +2. Yeah, +2. 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this infantry has got a defense of 3. Well, they were reinforced so they can't retreat. They've got a defense of 3 in the woods for 5. They are eliminated. Okay. I'm just eliminating the counters now because there's no change there. Right, so they are eliminated. That is another victory point to the Warsaw Pact. Tracks. There we go. Taking their grand total to 9. Right. They'll advance in there, I think. They get flipped. They'll stay there. Okay. That completes that regiment. So the rest of them will now move. So these are actually on march orders. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're off. Okay. So NATO can't have a decisive victory, and that's 5 steps off. Can they get anything else up? Now there's an autobahn here. Will that help? This regiment. There's only 1 unit left of it. 1, 2. They can't go into that hex there. 3, 4, 5, and off. I think that's about it, though, isn't it? 1, yeah. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, nothing else is getting off. Might as well not have this lead unit here anymore. So we want to prevent NATO inflicting any more losses, though I think the losses actually are irrelevant. It's just person right. Many scenarios use the standard victory scale for VPs. So this scenario is use the standard victory scale. Okay. Many scenarios use the standard victory scale. So a draw is 0 to 5, 6 to 10 marginal, 11 to 15 tactical, and 16 plus. Okay. So at the present moment, Warsaw Pact, that's the maximum they're going to get off. Where's my mouse gone? There he is. Right. So they've managed to get off 3, 4, 5, 6. So that pushes they're at 9 plus 6 will take them to 15 VP. Okay, that's as good as they get. NATO is currently on 23, which using the standard victory conditions plus 8. Is it correct? 23, take away 15. Yeah. That's a marginal victory for NATO. And they haven't gone yet. So, what to do with the rest of the Warsaw Pact? Because they don't want to be hurt. We could continue this game. Change it from a tactical victory to a marginal victory to a tactical victory, but it's a victory. Warsaw Pact managed to get off enough to stop a decisive. Can't see NATO getting a decisive. I mean, I should have marked him as fired. There we go. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's no real need to keep bashing into the weeds and such forth. So I'm going to bring this back up to the top and call it a day at that point. So I could have continued that right to the very end, but there was nothing really new that was going to happen there. At least we saw with that hasty attack at the end that we managed to take out the Bradley. Reinforcing probably wasn't a good idea. Yes, NATO forces are getting double firepower. They might be able to eke a few more victory points and might even be able to change that marginal to a tactical. But it was a victory. So it'll be interesting to see. As I say, I'm playing this game opposed with exactly the same parameters, play by email. And I intend to do this scenario with the other assets, as I've mentioned, once I've finished my opposed play. So that could be in a week's time, could be 2 weeks, depends how long it takes. And then I want to do follow-on scenarios. Will I bring them to the channel? Well, that's down to you guys. You tell me. If you want me to, let me know. I mean, this is the playbook. There are 12 scenarios, and they do go up in size as you work your way through. So the next one after this is called Race for the Bridges. It looks like it's about the same size. It's a West German brigade. Not sure what the Warsaw Pact have, but it'll be in a different area of the map. So yeah, you let me know. All I can say is thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button. It helps the channel. I've just spent, 7 turns. Each one, it's about an hour recording that you guys actually see, which is about nearly 2 hours of me looking through rules and such forth. So quite an investment of time. All I'm asking you to do is press the button, please. After that, if you really enjoy what I do, subscribe. There's plenty of other videos that I've done you might enjoy. Go look through the the playlists and so forth, go for it. And then comments. Make a comment. I'll respond. If you see something I made a mistake with, if you didn't like what I did, put it in the comment and tell me why. It all helps the channel. I'd like to do a final shout out again to Maximilian, who's been absolutely sterling. But I've written his name down on this piece of card. That's why I'm clapping a piece of card. He doesn't look like he has his own channel, but his rule references, his tactical analysis has all been very helpful for me. And I hope he continues watching what I do in the further episodes of this. So that's me saying to you directly, Maximilian, if you watch this far and I haven't put you to sleep, thank you very much. Until next time, guys, though, play games, have fun. Bye, Internet.